This is my mother. This is my mother. My mother's in the stream. This is the first time my mom ever came to a stream, and of course she would come to the stream where her boys is in it.
Right. Talking about this young guy's name has came up several times. This Killian Hayes rookie card. The first person in the comment can tell me where this guy played at before he came over here to the U.S. to get drafted. If you can tell me the team that he played for overseas in the comments, you get this card. The first person. Come on, C-Snoop. Come on, C-Snoop. Come on, Marco. Yeah, baby. Yes. Okay. We're going to do something back-to-back. We're going to give another one back-to-back. We got Isaiah Stewart rookie card. I got the question ready for you.
Beef stew.
Listen, Isaiah Stewart rookie card, man. We're not going to give away no trash here. We're going to give y'all away some stuff that you know that's going to be worth something. So, first person in the comments, right? If you can tell me what Isaiah Stewart's star rank coming out of high school, first person in the comment, you got this card. Isaiah Stewart.
Teal gang, all right. That's me all day long. Listen, I usually don't do current jerseys, right? But when they come back with these and that K Cunningham, you know, we got to get that right. But that man, listen,
that's it.
Listen,
that's it.
Listen,
I'll be back.
Listen,
that's it.
Listen, I need the Teal back, please. We Teal ganged out over here. I mean, you got the real like pony hair on there. Oh, look at King, y'all. Look at King. He had to go get his time markers too, you know. But yeah, man. Listen,
you know, we had to bring these out.
You know. You know. And we live. King, what up, man?
What's good? What's good? What's good, man? What's good? Let's talk.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Hey, listen, we three kings. We live in the building. We down one king right now, but he be joining us momentarily. He has some, family matters got taken care of, but we gonna get into it. We gonna get it going, man. Hey, listen. I'm still on high right now. Listen. So we gonna get it. We gonna get into the meat of the matter momentarily. But first things first. Hey, listen, we're gonna give a shout out to our sponsor, of course, of Culture Detroit. Down there in the Avenue of Fashion on Livernois, 19327 Livernois. Go down there for all your sneaker needs, man. Exclusive stuff, man. Go in there, buy, sell, trade. Pop in, tell them We Three Kings sent you. They are our official sponsors. They are our brothers there. So once again, we'll give a shout out to our official sponsors at We Three Kings, which is Culture Detroit. Check them out. You go on their website. And also check them out on Instagram, too. You will see exactly what we're talking about, what's going on in there. So if you're any sneakerheads out there, guys, go ahead and give them checking out. Definitely let them know that We Three Kings sent you.
100, man. Also want to give a shout out to everybody that's in the comments. We see you guys in here early, man. D. Williams, Joshua, 0-16, Tyler, we see you in here. James Gibson, my guy, what's going on, my guy? And we see you in here, Chuck, man. Thank you guys for coming in early, man. And we about to get ready to talk about some fun events that took place over this week.
Of course, but first things first, let's get it out the way. We're gonna, talk Lions for a brief minute. Of course, it was Thanksgiving Day Turkey Bowl game in which they played the Chicago Bears. in which that game, of course, there was an opportunity for the Lions to, get a victory, which is rare in this season. And, of course, they wasn't able to come through. Highlights of the game, Jared Goff started off 12 of 12 for, all of 3 yards.
Right.
My man was 12 for 12. Oh, man, he was efficient for all of 3 yards, man. My goodness. But that's come expected. Then of course you got the biggest concern is the injury with DeAndre Swift. When it comes to that shoulder, it looked like it could be a collarbone, which that could be season ending. But it looks to be, they said,
a sprained shoulder.
A sprained shoulder. So that's kind of in between the two. So we're just going to see how that goes about. But with that type of injury, I think, honestly, that probably still would be the end of the season for him, because he's not going to be able to be at full strength, knowing that he got to take hits on that shoulder. And he's not going to, in my opinion, it's not going to perform to the best of his ability. But other than that, King, what other, things that you took from that Thursday game?
Well, even on that topic with DeAndre Swift, I believe the Lions need to go ahead and just let that man get healthy. You know what I'm saying? We got Jefferson, we got Williams, he's also battling some injuries too, but we got Williams, we got Jefferson, we got Igwebuike, who's shown at his limited times being in the game at running back that he's a pretty serviceable back. Actually, he's done some really good things since he's been in there at back. So
yeah.
I would, right now, DeAndre Swift is the star player of this team right now. So if I'm the Lions, you got a sprained shoulder, get healthy. Sit him down. It's pointless to bring you out there. What are you even doing? You know what I'm saying? We did this type of stupid thing years ago with Kerryon Johnson. We had him out there, and he ended up getting himself injured even worse. We don't need that. You know what I'm saying? We don't need that situation with DeAndre Swift. We need to make sure that he's healthy, getting ready for next season after we go ahead and acquire some talent. Also with, as far as the game, obviously Jared Goff is just going to do, those type of things, a lot of underpasses. My thing and my keynote from that game was the commentary. The commentary was something special. That game, Troy Aikman and was letting them have it. Like, oh, it's another underpass. It's another short pass. It's the same thing over and over, man.
Hey, listen, King. Even O.J. Simpson himself commented on the play call in which, you got to get ahead of the sticks and you throw the pass 3 yards, behind. Where you need to go and expect your guys to make up the rest of the yards, and he was befuddled. So when the Juice makes a comment,
right.
It's bad. And just watching that, like I said, he went 12 for 12 for 97 yards. It's like that's
right.
That's not efficient. I mean, it's efficient as far as like not being incompletions, but it's dink and dunk, it's turn and pass, it's wheel routes, it's getting it to the the running backs out the backfield.
It's pointless football is what it is.
It didn't go. It's not going anywhere. It's not. He did have a good throw down the field to Reynolds. They had a connection before when he was when both of them were in LA. So I know there's a couple times he tried to get it down to him, but that one where the touchdown came in, that was a really good throw. But like you said, it's just not enough. And then, of course, towards the end of the game, really Chicago milked the clock. And then, you had the whole timeout controversy at the end where you ain't supposed to call 2 timeouts in a row and got a penalty. And, they got the first down after that. It went from a 3rd and 9 to a 3rd and 4, which, you need to just –
Willie, that it really irritates me because this is not something that the timeout. That's the first time we've seen that this season. But this thing with getting guys in and out, man, too many guys on the field situation. I am getting sick of that this season. It's like at some point you have to coach these guys up and make the proper adjustments, man, and make sure these type of things don't happen. You're already, undermanned on this team. So when you're making these mistakes, and let's not even talk about the amount of penalties, man, but the penalties were crazy. But you know, when you don't have the luxury to have these nonsense type of flags thrown, and you know, like I said, we just need to be, you know, okay. Here's the thing. Let's just get it. Let's get it out. Get it on out there because it's a crowd out there, you know, that wants Dan Campbell to be fired already. I'm not ready to say that yet. But when you look at the way that the coaching has been going from him, and also him electing to take the playbook away from Anthony Lynn and doing 10 times worse, to me, you know, I don't know. I'm still going to give him his time, but I don't think I can trust this guy. I can't trust him, bro. Because like I said, when it comes to the decision making, but at the same time, what you're supposed to be doing right now, with you not having that roster yet, you're supposed to be establishing a culture. You're supposed to be establishing a culture, and that's our biggest problem right now. We don't have that culture.
And I agree with you on that, Ken, because you know we don't have a culture, and we for sure don't have an identity as to what type of team we will be. Whether it's going to be like he said, the whole biting in the kneecap thing. I'm not really seeing that right now. I know what he meant, but we're really not seeing it. Defensive wise, I can see some things on that end. I will say that. So we may need to go ahead and go that route and like, okay, we're gonna be a defensive. We need to start trying to be a defensive type of juggernaut type team because offensively, as long as we got Goff at that quarterback position, I just don't see no flair, no pizzazz, no extra, no oomph that's going to come of it. And it's hard seeing this Manila type of thing going on with the types of throws that he does. Like, my Jesus Christ, can we get something up the field more than 2 times a game? I mean, seriously.
And when you read this comment, for instance, right here with 0-16, he says still a better first year than Fat Patricia. I'm not holding that to a standard. You know what I'm saying? That's
right.
That's a lowly way to think about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm holding these guys to the standard of what he came out and gave as an advertisement. You said you're going to be a kneecap biter. You know, this team's going to be tough and fast, and you know we're not going to shoot ourselves in the foot. And that's pretty much what we've done all season. You know
of course.
I remember that speech like yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not seeing any of it except on Aaron Glenn's behalf. Aaron Glenn's behalf on that defense. Aaron Glenn is coaching the hell out of those young guys.
Yeah, he is.
So he has to get the credit. You know what I'm saying? But Dan Campbell himself took the playbook out of Anthony Lynn's hand on the offense, thinking that things were getting better. Well, that didn't work. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got Jared Goff at quarterback, you're not going to utilize the little bit that you do have. You know, we seen for the 5th game where DeAndre Swift said, you know what, I'm going to put the team on my back, and did it himself because we have nothing at QB.
And to be frank, I wouldn't, even with Dan Campbell taking, you know, reins on the play call, as you can see, with him taking the reins and with Anthony Lynn taking reins, the results will still becoming the same. So at some point in time, the common denominator has to come with that starting quarterback that we have. That's not he doesn't have the ability to extend plays and extend drives and be a playmaker that we expect a former first round overall quarterback to be. And it's causing a lot of stress on a lot of different, particularly DeAndre Swift. When you got he got to be the top receiver and running back because of course, I will say we do got a young receiving core, but with that type of quarterback that we have, he's at that veteran stage now where he's supposed to be able to make these young guys better.
Yeah.
You know, that's the difference between a good quarterback, a great quarterback, and a all-world quarterback is the ability to make these young guys better. You will never see that from an Aaron Rodgers. There's plenty of times where he didn't have the top receivers out there, but he made it work for him. And those receivers is going to make it work for too if they trust that they got a quarterback that's going to, play for them. And if I'm a receiver for the Lions, why am I constantly running these routes that I know damn for sure I'm not getting the ball? Why am I keep running these routes, man?
Well, one of the differences, and then when you look at guys like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Drew Brees over the years, one thing that these dudes, they demand perfection. You see what I'm saying? Jared Goff doesn't demand anything. He's a pussy. You know, I hate to call him that, but that's just what he is, man. He literally just sits there, stares off into space, act like he doesn't know what's going on. Like these dudes, when you mess up a route or you're not where you're supposed to be, you're gonna feel it if it's Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I'm comparing that simply because Jared Goff was drafted number one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was drafted to be that guy, and we're not in the first 2 or 3 seasons. Bro, we've been here for a while now. So those characteristics, they're just not there. And you know what I'm saying? When you got young guys like that, you have to demand execution out of those guys. You have to be on point with those guys. We're at the point of the season where we haven't seen any improvement. I can get with you and say, hey, at the beginning of the season, well, you got to learn with these guys and this, that, and the third. But we're at the point of the season now. It's like, bro, we haven't seen no improvement at all. You know, and it's bad enough. Your coaches don't even trust you. Your coaches don't trust you.
Yeah, and you know, it's getting to that point of the season where, like you said earlier, like it's time to, you know, let's not burn out Swift and, you know, continue on getting them hurt for these little nicks and pieces that we're getting out from them. And, you know, it's at that point to where, yeah, it's time to call it a season and see what these young guys do. And maybe time for us just to go ahead and sit Goff for a while and see what Blau and the backup can do, because what's the difference? Like when we had, you know, the other quarterback in, it really wasn't too much of a difference between the two that I could see that, oh, let's rush and get, you know, Jared Goff back into the starting lineup. So it's, you know, it's going to be a tough pill to swallow for these next couple of games. So just hoping that, you know, like I said, the defense continue to go. I like the way what the secondary was able to show, you know, with the corners. You know, they looked good that game, you know. But the problem was is that the defense was just on the field too long, and they ran out of gas. And that's, you know, the last drive that Chicago has lasted over 8 minutes. So, you know, what do you expect, you know, when your offense is not being productive? But on another note, I know King, I know you got a little rant in you, man. You know, I know you had some information that you received this past weekend that had brought what you have been saying to fruition. So I believe, you know, you got some things you might want to get off your chest a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and we call this segment Let Them Rant. So I'm going to go ahead and let them rant for a minute. Go ahead, kid, man. Let them know something, brother.
You know, of course, I'm not going to talk too much into details or where the information comes from out of respect to that person's privacy. But the Lions organization is exactly what I've been telling you guys what it was over, you know, the last couple of years. The Lions organization does not care. They don't care. They don't care about the players. They damn sure don't care about the fans. You know, and you know, I really, really want to go into detail, but like I said, for protection, I just cannot. I want to rant so bad, but I can't do it. I just can't. You know, I just want to protect that person's relationships and his privacy. But you know, I'll just say this. I'll just say this. The Detroit Lions organization is about business. And I want you guys to think about that, what I'm saying right there. They're about business. And, you know, you got guys, for instance, like Jerry Jones, super rich guy, right? This guy loves the Cowboys. He loves his players. He loves the fans. He does all type of things for the fan base and everything else. The Lions, they do none of it. And when you see the Lions do something, it's usually because of sponsors. No, it's not 0-16. So, you know, like I said, no, can't really get into it. I'm kind of going to change this thing over to another interesting topic that I definitely wanted to talk to you guys about. Kayvon Thibodeau versus Aidan Hutchinson. Man, you came in a perfect time because, like I said, this situation, they're both good players. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But we all know that Kayvon gets a little extra sauce because he's been predetermined to be the guy. He's hella talented. He is talented. But when you look at this year and the overall body of work and the competition level, Me personally, I just feel that Aidan Hutchinson is a better built guy for the NFC North. We have to deal with the Vikings. We have to deal with the Packers. We have to deal with the Bears twice a year. He's better suited to me to deal. You need more than speed. You know, a lot of people talk about how fast Kayvon is. You need more than speed. He's not just going to bull rush some of these Pro Bowlers here in the NFL like that. At that with that frame that he has, it's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So you need some technique. You need technique. You need other things besides just speed. So I'm interested to hear what you fellas, think about that situation, man. I already see the comments starting to light up about it. What you guys think, man? Like I said, give your true opinion between the two.
Well, for me, I give an opinion that, in my opinion, I don't believe we can go wrong with either of the two. But preferably looking at what I've seen and, like you said, what we face up here in the NFC North, I feel that Aidan Hutchinson would be a better fit. And looking at especially looking at, I'll use Chase Young as an example. Guy got all the speed in the world, but he can't stay on the field because he's been hurt the last couple of seasons. You know, of course, we know speed in this game helps.
Yeah.
But Aidan got the speed and the ability to get to the quarterback as well. And for me, yeah, preferably I would go with Aidan just from us being able to see him up close. But I wouldn't be too upset if we did get Thibodeau. I mean, he's not a bad player, but I preferably believe that, Aidan Hutchinson would be a better fit for the Lions just because, Thibodeau has been dealing with injuries this year. And my biggest thing with the Lions is, and they tend to do this a lot, is that they draft players with pre-existing history when it comes to injuries. And when that happens, rest assured they're going to come in and be injured. And I can guarantee you, if we draft Thibodeau, he's not going to be available the full season. That's my opinion. But I wouldn't be mad at either one. If they take Thibodeau, I wouldn't be too upset. I prefer Aidan Hutchinson, but I'll be damn for sure glad if the Lions do make that pick for Aidan. But of course, they are the Lions, and they don't go with what the people always say, because we've drafted Tavai in the second round.
Oh God.
Big A, man, what you say, man? I think you got your mute on, man. So go ahead and go off, man.
All right, so y'all ready for the real, right? Like 0-16 said, Kayvon Thibodeau ain't had 3 sacks in a game, and we know somebody that had it twice. This is my thing, right? Josh Allen had speed too coming out of Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
But he can't do nothing with these big 300-pound tackles, man. Like you say, Chase Young, his first year, yeah, he went crazy, right? But when they realized all that boy got is that speed, and I just got to get my hands on him, then that's a whole nother thing, right? To piggyback off King said, you need more than just speed. If you look at Thibodeau, let's just take the game that him and Aidan played. When they both played Washington, Aidan had 3 sacks that game. Thibodeau had none. And he's also a factor in the run game also. What we got to realize going into this NFC North, and of course when it starts to get cold and all of that, you got to be able to also run support. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the game where they played Utah, Thibodeau shut out. He was shut out. It's a thing to where it's like, man, how much do a guy have to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you want them to start getting interceptions and running them back, and they will still find a way to say Thibodeau's better than him. They both have a game where they played against a team, and they both played against the tackles from Washington.
Those guys are projected to go in the first round, especially the one that's like 6'8", 300 pounds. Shut Thibodeau out. So I mean, and it just like I hear the speed thing, but like I say, the NFL, we got to remember, bro. We got 300-pound guys at tackle, bro. I mean, that can move. For goodness sake, look at Tyron Smith, bro. He's a tackle and he has a six pack. Look at Trent Williams. Look how big he is, and look how fast he moves. So that whole speed thing. I mean, what happens when speed hits an immovable object? What happens when power hits an immovable object? You're gonna go through it. So that's my whole kick on the whole Thibodeau thing. Anytime they talk about something, they just talk speed, 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 speed. So I mean, Josh Allen, right? That's why he got drafted as high as he did, right? Coming out of Kentucky, they kept talking about his speed, his speed, his speed. What is that speed doing for him in the NFL? Because you got to realize when you're dealing with tackles who also are technicians and they understand angles, right? Listen, either I have a 2-step kickback or I have a 3-step kickback. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, guess what? You're gonna have to come see me. I don't have to chase you. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you're in college and you looking at different things, and I beg your pardon when we talk about the athleticism. Aidan almost got a pick last game. I mean, he was fingertips away, inches. And then we seen what he did with 225, getting off his back, one arm, getting off the ground.
Put that boy in the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Aidan had 225 like this, getting off the ground, one arm, with no restraints on the weights, because that's also a part of the exercise, right? Keeping that thing level balanced so the weights don't fall off. You know, man, we gotta after a while we gotta just.
Chuck, you my guy, bro.
Yeah,
I get you.
He's gonna put up some numbers, of course.
I get you,
he's gonna put up some numbers. But you know, honestly, fellas, enough Lions talk. I tried. I tried for the longest, man. It's time. I'm sorry. We talked enough. We talked enough, guys. We talked enough with the Lions talk, and it's starting to kill my vibe because I'm still feeling it from yesterday.
Let me move this comment right quick.
This how I'm coming today. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is how I'm coming today. Oh.
For everybody that's listening on the pod that can't see what Big A is holding, he's holding 2 different brands of the Michigan Jordan basketball shoes.
Oh, hold on, I got one more. Hey, and a rest in peace to Virgil Abloh. You know, he passed away. He was dealing with cancer, you know, secretly. You know, he passed out. You know, we got off-white Michigan Dunk.
Hey, Big A, check this out. Listen, all those what you just showed is at Culture Detroit. You can get those at Culture Detroit. So definitely check them out. Every last one of the shoes he showed. And the price just went up on that too, because yesterday's prices, not today's prices. R.I.P. to the legend Virgil.
Yep.
But let's get it going. Of course. Hail to the victors, man. Hail to the conquering heroes. Hail to Michigan, the leaders and bad winners. Hail to the victors, man. Hail to the conquering heroes. Hail to Michigan, the champions of the West. Go Blue! Let's go! Yeah! I am still hyped. I am still King, man. Talk to him for a minute, man. Go ahead, talk to him for a minute, man.
Well, you know. First and foremost, I want to say this once again. I gotta apologize. To this man, Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh did the one thing that I just had no belief that he can do. So I apologize because this man had them boys ready. Them boys did their absolute thing. They was, I mean, handily beat Ohio State. Handily. So, you know, like I said, we was just talking about Aidan Hutchinson, man. You know, him, 3 sacks. Jabo even had the sack, bro. You know what I'm saying? The defense was ready to go. Gave up no big plays. Got to give it to Mr. McDonald. You know what I'm saying? Got to give it to him. Got to give it to Mr. Gaddis. That play calling was supreme yesterday. I all the way around with this game, I was just absolutely amazed, man. Because like I said, we just took care of business. They kept saying on TV, well, you know, Ohio can score in bunches. Ohio can score in bunches. Bro, they can't stop us. How about what we doing out here? You can't do nothing with Haskins. 5 touchdowns last night. 5. Like, come on, bro. What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right. Right. On Hood. I mean,
oh, 5, 5, clear. Oh,
that boy was out there. He was definitely out there, man. And you know, even for what it's worth, man, even when Corum got in, broke free, almost made it there, man. Ran out of gas at the end, but almost made it there. The catches yesterday.
Edwards with that catch out the back was man.
I don't even want to steal all the conversation. I'm gonna let y'all comment on some of the things that y'all saw yesterday.
Listen. I got a confession. I gotta confess. Your boy was worried for that game yesterday. I was definitely in my feelings all week. I was quiet because I feared that there was going to be another letdown. I have to be honest with myself. I was bracing myself for a letdown. I had braced myself to come on this show and just go off on another Michigan loss against Ohio State. I was prepared. I had my drinks ready because I was going to get faded because I didn't want to bear another year. I had to deal with the Ohio State talk. I have to confess, as a diehard Michigan fan, that I had my doubts. And I was wrong. And I got to admit that I was wrong. And I'm happy that I was wrong on yesterday, because yesterday was unbelievable to watch. And it was a great day to be a Michigan Wolverine fan, former alumni. If you dropped off of being a Michigan fan, come on back now, because yesterday it showed a lot yesterday. And the game itself, it wasn't in doubt. There wasn't no trickery, wasn't no referee interference to the game. The game was fluent on both ends of the ball. And for what I've been saying throughout these whole broadcasts, the criticism that I had on the offensive end, the criticism I had on the defensive end, it all came together yesterday beautifully. Both ends of the ball understood the assignment yesterday. And it was a great watch. And it was great to see that, listen, that game was not an underdog game to Michigan. That was a game showing, listen, we belong and we can beat this team, and we soundly beat this team. And it also changed my opinion on if Michigan is ready to win this national championship, because earlier in the season, I was satisfied with them getting to the Big Ten championship and the playoffs. At this point, I do believe Michigan, the way they played yesterday, they stand up and stack up against anybody in the nation. They stack up against the Georgias, the Alabamas, and the Notre Dames, and any other of these teams that's top in the nation. After beating Ohio State soundly the way that they did yesterday, I give them more than a puncher's chance. In some cases, depending on the matchup, I will have them as the favorite, just by what I seen yesterday. And I'm just excited again. I'm renewed. I asked the Lord for forgiveness for my transgressions when it came to my Michigan Wolverines. And, God is a forgiving God, and he forgave me for my backsliding against my team. because I had worry. I was tired. I was tired of getting beat every year. I know you guys in the comments, y'all can see it. Y'all can say it too. You go ahead and confess your sins. You go ahead and leave your comments. Confess your sins, whether or not you was worried, you was in doubt. You go ahead and confess it out now. Just leave it on the altar. Go ahead and leave it on the altar like I did, because yesterday we got cleansed and we are renewed. You feel me? You feel me?
Yeah.
Big A, man.
And Alabama trash, by the way. I just want to.
Oh yeah, they were struggling yesterday, but Big A, man, I know you've been salivating. I know you've been waiting. You know what I'm saying? You got your neck showing. Nobody seen your neck all season.
Got the LeBron box chin going on the
screen. Hey, so listen, man.
Go ahead and talk your ish, man.
Listen. You know, we had the last show. Everybody was in here talking about, especially in the chat, how Ohio State offense, da 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 da. You know, and I was telling people, hey, that offense only scored 14 on Penn State. But I mean, y'all know, I bet, like I say, and Harbaugh had a lawyer. Y'all know it's me, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, one thing I want to say, right? You know, the way he took the pay cut, right? He took a 50% pay cut, right? And it was on him saying it, right? And on him doing it. So he took the 50% pay cut, and you know, he said, you know what? You know, he had been getting the offense, reorganizing the offense, and then, you know, he made the move to reorganize the defense. We have to, you know, everybody loves Hassan Haskins, right? But a lot of people don't know Haskins was brought to Michigan, recruited as a linebacker. It was Harbaugh's call to say, let's move you to running back. So my thing is, we have to, like I say, the guy deserves a lot more credit. You know what I'm saying? We have to give the credit where credit is due, because it was Harbaugh and his talent of being able to find talent to say, hey, Hassan Haskins, we're gonna move you over here to offense. You know what I'm saying? And Chuck, and that's a lot of things that people don't understand. But see, Joshua, you was also saying they wasn't gonna beat Ohio State. Now you're saying you want more. You can't play both sides of the fence, though, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get back into it, and I agree. Listen, I'm not saying we content with this Ohio State win, but this is the thing what I was talking about. Where, listen, we just beat Ohio State. We're the number 2 team in the country. Let's not just breeze on past that, right? Because then here we go. We're going back into this whole Michigan thing. Okay, y'all finally beat Ohio State. Okay, now the next thing. Listen, this win does so much for the program.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. We had a bunch of big star recruits in there for this game. Listen, I don't know if y'all heard the reaction. We had a Clemson commit at this game. A Clemson commit. When has it been hard for a recruit to choose between Clemson and Michigan?
Right.
You know, we had Damani Jackson in the house. We had the 5-star tackle Goodwin, who's committed to Kentucky. He was in the house. You know, we had Deion Walker was in the house. Kentucky been trying to pull him away. He was in the house. So we got to understand what a win like this does for the program. Now, for us, look, we can sit up here and salivate in this, but you best believe the team right now is focused on Iowa.
Yeah.
You know, they're focused on Iowa. We could salivate in this win. You know, they did their celebration Saturday, and they're on to Iowa right now.
Yeah, different team.
But what I want to say, though, is for people, listen, Harbaugh said, look, take half of my money.
I'm committed to these guys. You know, like he said, you got Ryan Day talking about you was gonna hang 100 on us. Say, man, you started off on third base. You think you hit that triple? No, you inherited that. You inherited that, bro. Did y'all not see Michigan hype video after the game? They had young Dolph playing in the background, 100 shots.
100 shots, man.
Come on, man.
Hey, listen. Also, man, listen. The halftime little going into a locker room thing too.
Yeah, they kept telling them, boy, listen. I want y'all to understand football, right? That's the thing, right? Whenever you playing in a game, especially cold, right? And this is especially for the cold weather. You rather get beat in the air than on the ground, man. Listen, that ground and pound starts to hurt. You don't want to keep having to get up off that ground wet and cold, and then you got to worry about tackling Hassan Haskins. And then once Hassan Haskins beats you to death, now you got to worry about chasing Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it's this, like I say, this was huge, man. It was huge, man. Like I say, I want the Big Ten championship too. I want it too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But all them, like all that naysaying and all of that, man. Like, you got to be able to confess your sins, like King and Big Willie on here. Don't be one of those. Oh, they want to go do it. Now they got to do this. Now they got. Listen, man. Listen. 11-1, number 2 in the country. Number 2.
Gotta say this now, Big A. Now that we exercise the demons now, can we go back? Is there going back? I mean, from here on out, what it should be our expectations going forward with this Michigan program?
I mean, but the expectation is always there. But one thing that we get, like I said, it's like the thing of like they say, right? Never look how far you still have to go, but appreciate how far you came. Did y'all not hear what Harbaugh told Ryan Day? You're standing on third base acting like you hit a triple. Listen, he had to restructure this whole program, man. And then that's another thing, right? How many people told him he wasn't going to be able to win with his style of play? Oh, you got to have a quarterback that can throw 40, 50 times a game. Nope.
McNamara didn't have a.
He was 18 for 19.
Yeah.
18 for 19. He threw the one pick.
He tried to finesse that pick in there too, and when that pick happened, of course, my stomach dropped a little bit because I was like, oh, here we go.
But guess what?
But
he didn't get rattled, man.
He didn't get rattled, or Michigan got rattled, and the defense didn't get rattled. The great thing about watching that defense yesterday is just that how tough they made every play. I'm like, just every play was tough for Ohio State to get, and nothing got behind Michigan at all. With those NFL caliber receivers that they had, nothing got behind them, and every catch. Ohio State had some unbelievable catches yesterday.
Listen,
and they had to have some unbelievable catches yesterday because the defense was sound and the cornerbacks was on those guys well yesterday. It was a great watch.
Everything that Ohio State got, they had to earn it with a little bit of luck on it too. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, right? They didn't have those big plays, like they did, like what they were accustomed to. And that's why, like King said, the announcer keeps saying, oh, they can score in bunches. They can score in bunches. And guess what? Another thing is Ohio State had the ball, the time of possession, more than Michigan. Who saw that coming? Who saw that coming?
Having for that long and scored that very little, Most definitely was a win. And just knowing that is what gave me more of a feeling that, yes, Michigan has arrived this season and where they can make some noise when it comes to national championship hopes. You know, early in the season, we said it on the broadcast, and then somebody asked us the question, do we feel like this team was national championship caliber team? And we all said, like, you know what, not yet. You know, let's wait and see. You know, so let's build on something. Honestly, we was really looking forward to next year. But the time is now. I believe watching yesterday and watching all the other schools throughout the nation, the only school that I would say that we would have issue with, in which they probably can get away from us, would be Georgia. But I don't even see them getting away from it because, like I said, we both got excellent defense, and it's not like our defense can't hold up against anybody offensively wise. And if we could do that against Ohio State, which has had that for the last two games, Ohio State they wasn't stopped on offense. They wasn't stopped. They put up 49 points in the first half against Little Brother.
See, this is the thing where you got to think about it too, like Joshua. The thing is, Michigan is probably one of the, after watching the Ohio State game and just the progression that they made, they're probably the most balanced team, you know, in this country right now. It's to where when you looking at it and you think about it, it's like when you can control the ground game the way Michigan has been. Even Ryan Day said it. Listen, Ryan Day said this. He said, you know, the way they was running the ball and we couldn't stop them, and we knew they were going to do it. He said it. He said it, dude. We had over 300 yards between 3 backs on Ohio State. So I just the way the style of play that they're playing, man, they're not forcing themselves into anything, man. They're not forcing themselves into anything. But see, this is the thing. When we think about Georgia, right? Georgia, the game. Take it back to the Clemson game. They didn't have no throwing in that game. It was their defense and them running the ball. You know, when you look at the SEC West, it's not the same on the other side.
No.
Georgia is on the Big Ten West side of the SEC. Let's be real. And
I mean, let's think about it. What has Georgia's biggest competition been this season?
Clemson.
And you know, Clemson started off rocky, and I would say Alabama probably be supposedly their next biggest test, but
that is.
But SEC hasn't been that big dominant force like they have in the years past. So, you know, we're giving Georgia praise, in which they a credit to Georgia. They have been taking care of business, but look at who they played this season. And like you said,
I got the schedule right here for you, Big Willie.
Go ahead, pull up Georgia's schedule, man. Go ahead, pull it out.
9-4, they played Clemson. That game was 10-3. What balance is there?
Well, Clemson is an ACC, so that don't count. We talk SEC. Right. Yeah, so go ahead. Go ahead. Keep going.
But 9-11, I'm gonna just go through their schedule. Yeah. They play UAB.
Okay, that's a different type of Alabama, but go ahead.
Right. Then 9-18, they play South Carolina.
That ain't North Carolina, but you know.
9-25, they play Vanderbilt.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
10-2, they played Arkansas, who at the time was ranked number 8.
Yeah, okay. Arkansas, yep.
Right. 10-9, they played Auburn.
Auburn, up and down season, of course. They almost, put it out against Bama, but, they don't know how to fall in bounds.
That's that rivalry game, too, though.
And, guys don't know how to fall in bounds, send them too big, piss down their leg, but go ahead.
10-16, they played University of Kentucky.
Wildcats, they're great. They're known for basketball, but go ahead.
Right. 10-30, they played Florida, who don't have a head coach right now.
Oh, they got a head coach that came from Louisiana now. That's a new head coach.
Okay, hey,
Louisiana.
let's check out this 4-game stretch right here. The last 4 games of their season, right?
Let's go.
11-6 Missouri. What are they known for?
Having the same name as everybody else in that conference, the Tigers. You know, there's a lot of Tigers in the SEC. But go ahead.
11-13 they played Tennessee.
Volunteers. You know, they got our boy Joe Milton over there. we know his stories all too well. But go ahead.
Now, mind you, now we're at the second game from the last game of their season.
Yeah.
They played Charleston Southern Buccaneers. 11-27, last game of the season, Georgia Tech. And it's not to say when we like I say, when we look at it, it's not the same as when you happen on the other side of the SEC, right?
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying. And it's one thing that King brought up too. You know, when you looking at stats, don't pull up me no stats from your team playing Charleston Southern, bro. I don't want to hear that.
Right.
The fact that the SEC keeps getting away with scheduling them cream puff games at the end of the season should count against them in some type of ranking form. Because ain't no way in the midst of your schedule, when you in conference schedule, that you should have an out conference game at the end of your season. There ain't no way. Like basically a warm up game before a big game.
I was just about to say that. That's all it becomes, because by the second quarter, third quarter, you freaking you resting your players. You know. So
but hey, listen. Hey, we up there, fellas. We there. Listen, I feel like we're there, man. Like the guys are saying in the comments, man. Yeah, we're gonna take care of business against Iowa. Of course, I don't think there's a letdown that's going to happen. This is, you know, this team is ready, and you know, this is something that we all been looking forward to and been waiting to see for a while now. So I want to say that, and also make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, donate here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
you know, we definitely appreciate you guys coming in and checking in with us, man. Celebrate together. This is a celebration, fellas. You know, put the sevens up in the comment section if you celebrate. You still celebrating that victory from yesterday. And you know, you've been trolling the team, you know, from Ohio, the Buckeyes, you know, the last 24 hours, because I know King has, I know Big A has. And we've been waiting for this for the longest, and it feels oh so good. It feels oh so good to be able to celebrate a victory like this. It's been 10 years, fellas. 10 years since we had it, and this wasn't a fluke. This wasn't a victory because the team was short and they lost their coach and they had a freshman quarterback. No, this was a peak Ohio State team that we honestly dominated. We dominated that team yesterday, man. That's what makes this victory so much sweeter. Is it wasn't a last-second field goal type of thing. It wasn't an interception ran back or a kick return. It was dominated. It was y'all can't stop us type of Michigan football game yesterday, fellas. And it was a joy to watch, man. I know you guys had fun watching it yesterday too. So we just here to celebrate, man. We're here to celebrate. King, man, I know you were celebrating in the streets yesterday, man. You had your shirt off and everything, man. Nipples out.
Billy.
He had the nipples there yesterday.
Absolutely on hood. Listen, man. Listen, bro. You know, like I said, I stayed up to 4:00 last night. You know what I'm saying? I was not letting up on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Because this is years and years and years, you know what I'm saying, of this smack talking and disrespect. So they still ain't finished. Trust me, after we get off here, I'd probably be going back to Twitter talking more smack. But you know, like I said, it's, you know what I'm saying, it was such a relief, you know, to get that monkey off your back. You know what I'm saying? And you know, to see this fan base, you know, celebrating, standing up, to see Juwan Howard and Jim Harbaugh embraced like today. That was a moment, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was utmost excited. And it led to me being up all night, man, just enjoying the moment. So, you know, I'm still on high.
Listen, I was up all night too. I watched the game and I woke up. I had a little bad heartburn last night, so I couldn't get back to sleep. But while I was up, I went ahead and watched the game again. You know, that game is gonna be in my recording, for a long time now. So I'm probably watching that throughout the year. When I'm feeling down and feeling blue and I'm not feeling myself, I'm just gonna put on that game and it's gonna probably just perk me right on back up. Now I'm telling you.
Look,
and also, hold on, Big A. Also, I'm waiting to see old Paul Finbaum, man. I'm waiting on his pea head, Marvin the Martian, B-58 space modulator looking self. What he got to say now? What he got? I'm waiting on him. I need him to come to the front of the congregation, please.
Look, I was telling guys because people was all hitting me up, man. You know, I got a bunch of people. Like I say, man, I ain't know it was this many Ohio State fans until they started winning these last 10 years or whatever. But like I was telling them, I said, that tide has changed, man. They got whooped on all levels of the game, man. They got out coached, they got out hit, they got out. Just everything you can think of, man. Michigan just capitalized, man. Hey, and I was listening to one guy. He said it's only so much you gonna continue to take from somebody, and they just running their mouth. Michigan, we don't run into that violation crap. Doing dirty recruiting, none of that, man. None of that. Ohio State has done that several times over the years, man. But Michigan, man, like I say, I wanted a win like that. You know what I'm saying? I would have took it however I could have got it. I knew you was gonna like that one, King. I would have took it however I could have got it, but to just dominate them like that, King, I'll let you. You should get on that little backstory on that Twitter exchange you had with him.
Look, man, y'all got to get off my brother Mobby, man. That's my guy. He an OSU fan, but he had every reason in the world to be confident, but yeah, yesterday it just wasn't his day yesterday. boy. Like I said, me and Mobby was going back and forth on Twitter about Hutchinson and Thibodeau, man. And like I said, I wasn't backing down. I wasn't backing down. Y'all know how Mobby is, but Mobby's a warrior. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely a warrior, but I wasn't having it. You know what I'm saying? Hutchinson 13 sacks, Thibodeau 6 sacks. You know what I'm saying? Thibodeau had 0 sacks yesterday against a bunch of janitors. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't having it. And then the games he was showing where Thibodeau was bull rushing people, it was against janitors. You know what I'm saying?
Let me come in there, right? So even the announcers here, right, when they was talking about, that game, right, and they were saying, how when Oregon State beat them last year, then this year, and he said that, Oregon State, a lot of times when they bring to that game, it's just, they just bring in, hey, we ain't backing down from y'all. And he said, you probably don't have a guy on the offensive side that's probably won't go to the draft. You know what I'm saying? Dude, that's saying a lot. And you're supposed to be the number one guy, and you ain't getting out one sack?
And and Maurice right here, this comment right here is exactly why we don't buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, for a lot of Lions fans, they don't watch college football. They listen to ESPN, they hit the stat websites, and they believe all of that baloney. You have to watch these guys. I tell y'all, just period, all the time. You have to watch the games, bro. You know what I'm saying? These dudes compiling a lot of those stats against some of the most garbage teams. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen.
Go ahead.
Listen, what was it? It was literally 3 to 4 shows that I brought up. Them both playing Washington. Washington shut Kayvon out also.
Mm-hmm. And listen, Aidan showed up at the biggest time and the biggest moments against the biggest team, one of the biggest teams, and he came through with tremendous. It came through so much that he just shot up in the Heisman ranks.
Listen,
and possibly got a good chance to win it, man. Because the way the other guys has been looking it's an open run, man. It's really open in this Heisman race.
How about this, Big Willie? Not only did he shot up in the Heisman, but he hurt them dudes' draft stock. Dude, it was one play where he took Nicholas Petit Freak and just ran through him, dude.
Ran him over.
Yeah. And that's what I'm talking about.
Here's the narrative. You know, what I've always been trying to explain to the Lions fan base out there. This is the narrative. The Lions in that position over the years with the GMs that we have, we take a player like Kayvon, and then another team where they actually have great talent. Go ahead.
Check this out. And this is the effect that I was just telling y'all about, right? This is the effect. Ohio State just lost a quarterback to the transfer portal. Jack Miller. He's a 5-star.
Oh, that was going to happen either way. That was going to happen. That was going to happen. With the way C.J. Stroud was playing, that guy wasn't going to sit back behind that without playing. So that's something that we talked about earlier in the season. That was definitely going to happen.
I'm sorry. Jack Miller was a 4-star. I'm sorry, but he was highly recruited.
But then, like I said, at the same time, you know, the Lions, we always go and we get the guy, you know what I'm saying, that the media is putting out there, this, that, and the third go bad for us. The teams that actually have great defenses, those Steelers, those Baltimores, and, you know, those teams that's been known for those type of things, they have the eyeballs, you know what I'm saying, to go and get that guy, you know what I'm saying, that fits their system, that fits that you know, like I said, the Lions, we go out and we go extra and beyond and try to be the smartest guy in the room all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? With you know, like I said, we end up with guys like Tavai and fucking Tease Tabor, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, bro, we play in the NFC North. This is the NFC North. We talking about some all-world offensive linemen that we got to try to get through. You know what I'm saying? So we need somebody that is a well-oiled machine that has more than just speed. We need technique. You see what I'm saying? We need technique. We need that guy that's going to be able to be a problem out there. And, you know, the thing with Kayvon in this division, you know what I'm saying? This division, the NFC North, I don't see him as the better option. I just don't. I don't, especially based on the sample size. And we just gave y'all the example of Aidan against the top lineman in college in the draft.
Yeah.
And then we gave y'all an example of what Kayvon did. You know what I'm saying?
And to be honest with you, let's think about it. What Aidan Hutchinson going through is what basically you're going to go through in the NFC North. The type of lineman that you're going to face, you already face in the Big Ten.
And that's my point. The Big Ten, to me, the NFC North is like one of the Big Ten of the NFL.
Exactly.
It's one of those things, like you say, man. You have to continue, like King say, stop trying to be the smartest guy in the room. Like the man is showing you. I mean, team after team after team after team. Like I say, Thibodeau, his thing is he's going to try to beat you with speed. That's what he's going to try to do. But like I say, Aidan has many and many different moves. And then the strength of just the strength alone. And you can just see the work ethic, man. I mean, if you look at from when these guys both came in as freshmen, man, Aidan's body looked totally different. And you look at Thibodeau, like he hasn't put much weight on him. And that's muscle we talking about, though.
Yeah, most definitely feel you, James. I was super hard on Anzalone, bro, but Anzalone, he been solid for what it's worth in that defense.
I would say, the defense has been, mostly solid, but we can get even better with either guy. But like I said, I agree with you guys, King and Big A. Yeah, I definitely could see him being more productive for us than what Kayvon did. But I wouldn't be mad at either one. But we're not gonna go back into that because we going forward because, like I said, it's a celebration, bitches. You know what I'm saying? We're talking Michigan victory right now.
But the thing is that's still part of that because like King has said, though, we have had these opportunities to draft these guys in our backyard. And, our backyard, as far as even, it's even bigger than our backyard, just as far as Michigan wise, but Wisconsin wise, but Iowa wise. We don't draft guys from the Big Ten, except of Ohio State.
Right,
or unless it's a check
this.
Right.
check this out. The lead rusher in the NFL right now, Jonathan Taylor out of Wisconsin. We had a chance to draft him, even though we got DeAndre Swift. But I'm just saying,
we had a chance to draft the co-defensive player of the year these last couple of years too, in TJ Watt.
We sure did.
We could have got.
I can't be mad about the Swift thing because Swift is finally getting those opportunities to run, and he's giving those 100+ run games. I think the Lions just idiots. You know what I'm saying?
But also we gotta factor in, and it's something that he always been prone to, even in college. Injuries. Lions always tend to draft guys with pre-existing injuries,
but he ain't missed the
But Jonathan Taylor's been hurt too, though.
He's been. I can say he's been hurt, but look what he's doing. I'm just saying.
Opportunity.
I'm just.
And he has a lot more around him, though. He has a lot more around him.
I'm just pointing out.
The first 5-6 games, Swift was probably getting 5 carries.
Exactly.
But Swift was also like we do with Killian Hayes. He was also coming off an injury, so you just can't put him out there. He got to build up like everybody else when you coming off of those.
Man, listen, Campbell said himself. He needed to get Swift the ball more.
Right, that man was. We needed to give him the ball when he got drafted, and Matt Patricia, dumbass, didn't want to give him the ball. he out there putting Adrian Peterson in front of Swift. Like what? What do you? What?
Right. I mean, hey, listen. Swift had to learn last year. Now he had to learn because he was out there just running to the back of his lineman last year, guys. Come on now. I like Swift, but let's be realistic. Adrian Peterson had to show him how to really hit the hole and go for it. Swift, he was running too fast and running to the back of his damn lineman like most rookie running backs do. And last year he was still getting injured. So I'm liking Swift. I ain't knocking, so I'm not gonna knock Swift because, like I said, he could be a future because he also could catch out the backfield. But like I said, we also we had opportunity to get the lead rusher too. So
we'll see. There's the comment. There's the comment.
That Devin Bush one, Big A. I know. We got we got our the best tight ends in the league, Hutchinson, with that pick. And Big A, he was very disgruntled by that because Devin Bush, in which we need that type of physical, fast linebacker to catapult this defense, and we didn't pull the trigger, and we ended up getting Hutchinson on that pick. And I know Big A was kind of a little frustrated on that one.
Who's the defensive player of the year right now in the NFL as far as rookies? And it
Parsons.
Well, it's Parsons.
Parsons. Hey, listen, Parsons and then you got Diggs as the rookie. Parsons and defensive player of the year is Diggs over in Dallas. Parsons is a beast, man. We could have got him too, but I like Sewell.
I love Sewell. But how long we been leading the line?
But I think Big A did say, "Hey, listen, we should go get that guy from Penn State, Parsons." I think Big A did mention that when we talked before. Didn't you, Big A? You mentioned Parsons, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
That was my guy.
Because this is my thing, right? This is my thing. Like, we have spent so much on offense, man. We spent so much on offense, and my thing is to where it's like we have to stop. Just treating the defense like, okay, we'll address y'all in the 4th, 5th round. Like, we have to stop that, man. And when we just passing up on these guys, man, just like these guys that's gonna come in and be more of the these game changers, man. Like we gotta get, like, whenever we were good, we had them dogs. You know, dude, like, and the thing was with the defense, we have some, but we gotta get some in that front seven, man. Because where our dogs are sitting at is more in that secondary with Tracy Walker, and I don't want to mess up his name, King. What's his name? Amanio.
Warrior.
Right. But yeah, we have to we got to get some dogs out here, man. And that's the thing I'm saying with Aidan, bro. You don't see that passion from Thibodeau that you get out of Aidan, bro. You don't see it.
Bro,
Like, you know who a dog on Thibodeau team? Panay Sewell brother. That's a dog.
That's a dog. I can't.
That's a dog.
If we in position to grab that boy, man, he better be first priority.
And guess what? He got 5 sacks at linebacker.
Yeah, right.
Oh, hey, listen, shout out to Maurice Coleman with this comment, King. Shout out to this comment, man.
No, I agree.
Oh, man. Listen,
we with you, Maurice.
Oh, man. I know you can't say it, King, but that
Maurice, man, listen, bro. The Lions will never, ever,
nope,
ever sell this team, bro.
Nope.
We can forget it. They are a cash cow. The fan base are a bunch of idiots. I'm sorry. I love my Lions fans, but they pay for losing. And from a business standpoint, and for what I just told y'all earlier, what the Lions care about, they don't care about the fans. They care about money. If you're getting money while your team is losing and you don't have to put a winner out there, why in the hell, from a business standpoint, would you sell the Lions?
Mm-hmm. Listen. The reason why they moved from Pontiac to downtown because they got threatened by the NFL because they were having blackout, like empty seats on Thanksgiving games, and then they were having too many blackouts on national televised games. And I don't know if a lot of y'all don't know what blackouts is. These professional teams, if they don't have a certain amount of that stadium field, the NFL would not show the game because it looks bad. And this was pre-COVID.
Indeed.
So guess what? People downtown in the city of Detroit, they love football. It's something to do on a Sunday. You can go down there and tailgate. We've been wanting the Lions downtown for years. We've been wanting all the teams downtown. They're all down there now.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
And the Ford family, one thing about it, let's remember, the Ford family is great business people when it comes to making money. I mean, they were the only company out of the big three who didn't need a loan from the government.
Hey, listen. What did Rod Wood say? And this is the president of our team. I'm not a football guy.
Oh, my God.
What?
Well, on that note, fellas, I believe it's time to switch it up once again.
I don't keep a mind on.
I just have more comfortable. That's the only reason.
It's time to switch it up again, and I will say, let's get ready to rumble.
It's the return, the night of the return. Isaiah Stewart, LeBron James, currently both not right now. Neither one of them are listed as out. So this rematch happens. Listen, I know what you guys expect, but bro, don't expect nothing to happen. Nothing's gonna happen tonight. They're not gonna go that route. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably sure they both been talked to constantly about this situation. So don't expect nothing like that. It may get a little chippy at times, but I don't think it's gonna be anything near the magnitude of what we've seen between the two. So tonight.
Nah, not at all. But you know, we got to talk about it. We really get a chance to get into it, but you know, in the situation. So, you know, I need you guys' comments, man. The situation with LeBron James and Isaiah Stewart. A lot of guys felt that, you know, it was on purpose. A lot of guys felt that, hey, Isaiah Stewart kind of overblew the situation more than he had to. So, you know, let's talk on it. Me personally, I say it was on purpose. but the intent of what happened wasn't. Meaning that, yeah, he did what he did on purpose because that's what you do in those types of things of tussling and you're trying to fight for position. You might throw a little elbow or throw a little here and there to get some room. But the intent of what happened in which he caused that man to get busted open, I don't see LeBron wanting to do that. But that's what happens when you make moves like that and you swinging up high. That can happen. And you got to you got to have more self-control. You may have been frustrated at that moment, but you got to have self-control enough to not to be. You've been in the league. You've been playing basketball all your life. You know you can't get that up there that high. Everybody knows that. Anybody playing basketball knows nothing good happens from you throwing anything that high. So with that being said, yeah, I can see why, Stewart got a little riled up. But at the same time, I can see, as far as the suspension goes, I can see why the suspensions came the way they did. And, Isaiah Stewart, he kept going. One thing, okay, he reacted, but he kept reacting, running around the field. Then he went into the locker room and tried to run around. So he kept inciting the situation in which we're all too familiar with inside the situation when it comes to the Pistons. Where we went through the situation with the Malice at the Palace, and we know that's a little different now, being at the Palaces in Arbor Hills and we down in Detroit. That don't go down here in the city. We don't act like that. That wasn't us in the Malice of the Palace. We all know that, if you know what I'm talking about, because we don't get that same privilege, if y'all don't mind me saying. Mm-hmm. But like I said tonight, I agree with you, King. No, it's not going to be that. I think the league is going to make an example tonight. Probably had them talking or shaking hands or speaking or doing a little dapping before the game starts, just to make sure to show face, because the league is about image, and we all know image is everything in the NBA.
So listen, this LeBron James thing. Yeah, LeBron did it on purpose. You seen when he bit his lip while he was looking at him while he was swinging back just to get him off. LeBron's frustration was not with just Isaiah Stewart. His frustration is with his own team right now and the way that they're playing. They are struggling to beat certain teams. They were struggling with the Pistons. They were down 12 at that point. And Jeremy Grant was going all the way off. So he's frustrated on both ends. Yes, he did do it on purpose. And he end up hitting Isaiah somewhere where he probably didn't want to. That's why he tried to immediately apologize. But let's just be real about it. You hit me in the face and I see blood, bro, you're going to have to run the fade. You know what I'm saying? You hit me at first. Yeah, I felt it. But once the blood started running down, you done split my eye? Oh, no, we got to talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Listen. No, nobody lets you get hit in the face. I don't care who you are. Nobody lets you hit the face. But then when you start seeing blood come down your eye, you tasting blood. Oh, you done made me bleed. I need to get some get back for that.
Right.
I mean, it's instinctive to react that way when you got that blood taste in your mouth. Like you made me bleed my own blood.
This man, he literally seen red. You know what I'm saying? Literally seen red. So as far as the overreaction crowd or whatever, the fans don't realize when they're being gifted something. This is old NBA style things. You know what I'm saying? That fans missed seeing out there. You know what I'm saying? Him going to the back. Usually back in the day, they used to talk about it all the time that, the players used to go in the back and you get touched up in the back. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I miss these type of things. This powder puff, everybody hugging and kissing and playing with each other and practicing. Oh, I love everybody. I don't, bro. We're at a unique age. We've had the chance to see partially the Pistons bad boy era. Then we seen the end of the Bulls era coming in with Kobe and the Pistons once again. And now, you know what I'm saying, we're still finishing with the LeBron era. We've been through 3 eras, you know what I'm saying? And this era, not only just the rules that they have, but it's refreshing. It's refreshing to see a rivalry, a real rivalry. I have no problem with his reaction whatsoever. I probably would have been worse. I would have swung on him as soon as I felt the hit, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? We come from an era where Shaq used to try to piece people up all the time. You know what I'm saying? And he's still great. But Isaiah Stewart, he has a job to do. Mm-hmm. And he's taking in that role of that Ben Wallace type of player. That's the enforcer. You know what I'm saying? He's big brother on the team. So, for instance, Giannis and his brother roll up on Isaiah. Isaiah was ready for it.
You know, I said, like, go run my thing, cuz.
Right. You know, right. You know, and Blake Griffin tried to play Isaiah. Guess who ended up on the ground? Blake Griffin. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I love it. I love it. As long as he can do it and not get himself, you know, seriously penalized where he's out, you know what I'm saying, for long periods of time. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with it. I loved every second of it. I loved every single second of it. I want to see more. You know
listen. Hey, some guys were saying that, you know, Isaiah Stewart he's from that NBA young boy generation. So, you know,
hey, he's Jamaican. Yeah, Rasta, yeah, run fun, you know.
You know, when I look at the situation, right, to give my whole thing on it, right? Like, even, you know, when you're going in there, right, you in there, and, you know, you're at that free throw line, and here come, you know, when they get the boxing out, listen, if you look at it, man, Isaiah Stewart got a good box out on LeBron. He was in that boy's ribs, man. And Isaiah Stewart, I'm not going to sit up here and say LeBron's intent was to hit this man in his face, but his intent most definitely was to get that dang forearm out his ribs. And that's part of the game. If you ever was at a free throw line, that's part of the game. Basketball players have a swim move too, but the thing about it, man, Isaiah Stewart's face was down there, right? So, I mean, yeah, he got hit. And my whole thing about it was too, because, you know, when he got hit, Stewart fell. You know what I'm saying? And this is just me. I ain't got to see no blood, man. You know, drop me to the ground like that, man. I got to get my get back right away, bro. I ain't got to see no blood. The blood, to me, that's just gonna be extra. You hit me in my face.
But we all let's keep it 50-50. Let's keep it 100. We all know, even when you seeing blood, you know, listen, who you about to go after.
I don't care. That don't matter to me.
You gotta care.
So why when you see blood and then you don't care?
Because you going after LeBron James, Big A.
I don't care.
This ain't just, you know, going after, you know, like an Iman Shepherd or somebody. Care. This is LeBron James. This man, he's known to have people out of the league from other sports teams. You know, let's not forget he got Brandon Edwards and Bobby Cleveland for punching his friend in the face. So we know LeBron James can make moves. So come on now, he got like, I want to hit this man so bad, but I know if I hit this man, I'm gonna end up in Turkey somewhere.
Willie, hey, bro, this is Detroit.
Exactly.
This is already, and you know, as far as the country and as far as the league, this is already ground zero. You know what I'm saying? We already have this dark cloud over Detroit, like we all bad people and all of this stuff like that, bro. Yeah, if he would have hit LeBron, it probably would have been bad from a press standpoint. You know what I'm saying?
A career standpoint too.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not like the guy gonna get exiled to Spain. You know, that's.
I don't know.
He's not. That's not gonna happen.
I don't know. Yeah,
it is LeBron.
Guys that got exiled out the league for doing things falling
teammates. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a teammate. That ain't got nothing. He ain't got nothing. Like, you giving the man too much credit, man.
With LeBron. It's not. This ain't the first time we'd have seen the golden boy of the league get touched up. The Pistons used to do it to Jordan all the time.
Right.
All the time. And what could he do about it? Nothing. But get better. That's it.
Right.
What is LeBron gonna do as far as the Pistons organization?
That's a great point, King. If Jordan couldn't get Isaiah and them out the league, how you gonna talk about LeBron get somebody else from another team out the league? He couldn't get so you mean to tell me, he could have got Isaiah Stewart out the league, but he couldn't get old boy that was smashing his moms out the league?
He did get him out the league. Look what happened to his
No,
mom.
Crack got him out the league. Crack got him out the league.
Listen. Before Crack came around, he was gone before that. And look
No,
what
he was not.
Shaq was smashing his mama too.
Shaq was almost way to retirement, so it didn't matter for him.
Man, whatever, man.
He was on retirement. You know what I'm saying? Joakim Noah, he was going at LeBron James for a while, you know, and he ain't been productive since, you know, and then in his cancer, man, he can't even go back to his country. You know, he go after LeBron so much, he can't even go back to his own country.
That ain't got nothing to do with that.
I mean, Ernest Cantor is a clown anyway, man. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, guys, listen. But in all seriousness, though, you know, we know them guys in the league. They're not about that, you know, that physical altercation life. You know.
Hey, Big Willie. Did Kobe get Chris Childs out the league after that 2-piece to the chin?
Tapped him up real quick, boy. He didn't even know where it came from.
Yeah, but you know, Kobe wasn't quite Kobe at that time. He was Kobe, but he wasn't the Black Mamba. If he was the Black Mamba, Chris Child would have been arrested and charged with felonious assault and been in prison just getting out right about now.
We done seen men choke their coach in this league, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We saw the aftermath of what Spitwell did to his coach. We didn't actually see him get choked, but you know, that was a different era. But that was a different era. You know, fighting was prohibited back then. That was a different era. You know?
Do you see this? He got a job to do. He got to be that enforcer.
Man. Listen, I don't mind it, but I know from his perspective that you know, he thought about it, but then like you guys said, when that blood came around, he was in the ring.
Hey, check that out. This is what Anthony Edwards said.
Yeah.
When guys pretend they gonna fight.
Yeah. They ain't gonna throw no hands.
Well, you can say the same about Isaiah Stewart. He wasn't gonna fight. He was gonna put on a good show. But you know, these guys ain't fighting for real because they're not about to cost themselves that money and do things like we know. Like even the fights that they did have, they wasn't really swinging to hit nobody. They just swinging just to swing. You know.
The only reason I say I can confirm his actions after he's seen the blood is simply because, bro, when you get hit, you're not sitting there thinking about, oh, this is LeBron James. Should I swing on this guy? This, that, and third. You're reacting, bro. You're literally reacting. And like I said, once you start tasting that blood in your mouth, it's different. It's totally different, bro. And that's why I say I got no problem with what he did tonight. LeBron is definitely not hanging 50 on the Pistons tonight. The Pistons might be bad.
King,
go ahead.
King, all Big Willie said, if LeBron gonna hit him in the jaw, he gonna think about it. Oh man, that's LeBron James, man.
Right, that's LeBron, man. Do I want to do this? It don't work like that, bro. It don't work like that. So, like I said, you know, this situation definitely gonna be a good game to watch tonight, though. It depends. Only thing that depends tonight, because the Pistons were actually definitely giving it to the Lakers until that situation happened. You lose Isaiah Stewart. We have nothing down there in the paint now. They absolutely ate because of that. So, you know, like I said, the only problem with the Pistons right now is shots falling. The defense, they're playing defense. The shots just ain't falling, bro.
I would also say the biggest thing, because a lot of these games, Pistons have had double digit leads going into the fourth quarter. They haven't shown the ability to close out these teams, because there was a double digit lead against the Lakers. There was a double digit lead against the Golden State Warriors. There was also a double digit lead against the Miami Heat going into these fourth quarters that the Pistons wasn't able to
finish out.
So that's another factor in the growing pains that we have to face with these pitchers is, once we build that lead, we cannot get comfortable. We got to stay on that. So there's definitely something that it's a coaching thing that we gotta, of course, Dwayne Casey is gonna be looking into that as well. So, man.
And then at the same time, like I said, with the shots falling, even in the fourth quarter, you got a guy in Cade Cunningham that's trying to close the game, but right now the shots just ain't falling. They're just not there. They're not falling right now for certain games. You know what I'm saying? For instance, last game, he shot terrible. And the game before that. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that you're going to see from it. It's going to go up and down. It's a part of the process, bro.
Yeah.
You know
and I think that's with the whole team. Like, the lineups, the players, nobody has shown to be consistent enough yet for us to speak on anything. Like I said, guys was in a rush to get other guys in the lineup, and they came in the lineup, but it's just as a team, no one hasn't shown enough to be out there consistently where we can't give anybody else a chance. I know it's a long period of time. Folks are like, why Frank Jackson was playing out there, but he gets on the roll.
Yeah.
But then he can get cold too, or Trey Lyles. Everybody like, why Trey Lyles out there? But he can go out there and get you 10, 12, 16 tonight, but then some nights you be like, why are you out there running around? Corey Joseph. Hey, I know he gets a lot of hate from this Pistons team, but he can get out there and control the court, get you some of them buckets, and he score in spurts. It's not nothing consistent, but he get you a run where he get you like a quick 8 straight, but it's just not consistent. It's not been consistent all around the board, and the record shows that for the Pistons. Reason why they're 4-15 is because of the inconsistency. Even with Cade, he's been cold the last couple of games, and that is expected because he's a rookie. You're gonna go through those rookie pains in which your shot is not going to fall. Sadiq Bey, he's been the most inconsistent that I've known because he can get hot, but he's been cold a lot of nights too, and we need him to be consistent. Now, of course, I always say when Jeremy Grant, if he's not on, that's an automatic loss for the Pistons. I have not seen a game the Pistons have won where he had a bad shooting night. If he has a bad shooting night, the Pistons are done for the game. So,
and also with Jeremy Grant, he has to be on because Jeremy Grant shoots the bulk of the shots for the Pistons.
Yeah.
He shoots the bulk of the shots, man.
And which, until we get another consistent type of scorer, those shots can go down. But most definitely, it's just about consistency with the Pistons. But like I said, we got to remember these guys are professionals.
Right.
They're not going to be this way for long. Early in the season, this is a new team, new scheme of thing for a lot of players. They're not going, and they're young, and they're young too. So even
for the veterans, these dudes are career. You look at them as far as career, man. These guys are not going to shoot bad the entire season. They're just not. That's not like.
Of course, and I see it's going to be, eventually it's going to be a turnaround. Now I do believe that, like I said, this team is, I have feelings, and I'm not yet to give up on those feelings of them being a playing lottery team. They can get on a nice run. It's not too late. I mean, if you look at the East standings, they're not too far off.
No,
not right now. They're not too far off to where they can't catch up on that.
You look at the degree of difficulty too with the schedule. That's gonna definitely lighten up in the second half of the season too.
So they had a tough schedule starting off, man.
It's still going, man.
Yeah,
the slew of games we playing right now, man. All tough teams.
Yeah.
But we need that, those tough games because when we get to them easier games, we be more suited and fitted to get through those games and be battle tested. So most definitely, I'm not ready to give up on the season yet. It's still early in the season, and I know you guys. I see a lot in the, with the comments and the tweets and everything. I'm still gonna say, listen, slow down on Casey. I know I wasn't critical of Casey. I was just asking the question in the beginning of the season, but I think guys need to slow up on Casey just a little bit. Wait till either the halfway point, a little bit over the halfway point, before you pass your judgment whether or not he should be the coach of the Pistons still.
Yeah, but like I said, the remedy for these young guys is literally just one thing, and that's time. It's just going to take time.
I was just about to say that. Look, I know the names look good on paper, right? But we got to really realize the people that we're really counting on just got out of college. Like, we got to remember that.
And then Daryl Hurst, for your question about Livers. Livers is fine. He missed the last game in the G League simply for personal out. It wasn't no injury related thing. So he was back.
Of course. And let's talk about it a little bit. I know we had a big matchup this past weekend with Duke and Gonzaga. With Chet Holmgren and Ranchero, possible like number 1, number 2 picks in the draft.
Ain't no possible. Banchero number 1.
Banchero gonna be number 1, bro.
Ain't no possible.
I gotta pose the question, the guys. I gotta pose the question.
Ain't no question, man. Banchero number 1.
Well, let me finish my question.
Y'all ain't gonna fade. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Let me finish the question. If the season doesn't go the way it should.
Ooh, I know where you're going.
And the Pistons end up with that number 1 draft pick. What is you guys' prediction with the Pistons lineup if we were to end up in that lottery and that number 1 pick or number 2 pick? But I'll even put that in. If we end up with the number 1, number 2 pick, which we know either one of them 2 guys is going to be number 1, number 2, let's go with it. Chet Holmgren, Ranchero, number 1, number 2. What will come of the Piston lineup then?
If they had the choice, it's Banchero. I'm telling you now, it's definitely gonna be Banchero. But if Banchero is gone, I don't know if they even. I still don't even know if they go after Holmgren, man. I don't know. Like I said, we got to let this season go on with him. He's just not. His body.
But we know the development will come. But like I said, right now they're 1 and 2, so we're just gonna stick with them 2 right now. 1 and 2.
Not 1 and 2 though.
Listen, I'm posing the question, fellas.
Oh, okay, I got you.
1 and 2. And we're talking about 1 and 2 with those 2 guys. Whether or not, if we have to pick between those 2, what do you guys think of what happened with the Pistons lineup?
Banchero. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Okay, we get in Banchero. What's gonna happen with that starting lineup? Okay, let's start with that. With Banchero,
listen. Either Jeremy Grant is gonna be gone, or we're because, like I said, he becomes very tradable after this season. Very, very tradable after this season. So, and then, like I said, you have to look at his age. Also, you got a guy in Banchero coming in. You got Sadiq Bey on his roster. And if Sadiq Bey does develop that consistency, if you move on from Jeremy Grant, it's not really going to hurt you as much. It's just not, because he's not a 4 in the first place. He's already out of position. He's not a 4. So like I said, you look at his contract, he's tradable. Why not go with Banchero or somebody else that can help down there in the paint area? Then you can get some compensation for Jeremy Grant. I love Jeremy Grant. He can score the ball, but he's out of position. He's not a great rebounder. He's not going to be an assist guy. He's not going to block shots. Why not use for what it's worth and send him to a team that's trying to win something? You know what I'm saying? As a scorer, as a third option, which he really is. And then that opens up the floor more for Cade Cunningham to have the ball in his hands more. If I'm GM, that's what I'm doing.
Big A, what you think, man?
Well, the way I always looked at it, I always said though, if we end up in the lottery again, I think that pushes Killian to the bench. Because if our thing is to get bigger, I think that's what that would end up happening, because then you will have Jeremy Grant. Say if they don't trade him, right? Jeremy Grant can go to the 3.
Yeah,
and then you can have Sadiq goes 2, and then you got Cade.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yep. All right. Well, okay. Well, you guys talk about.
So we're not getting Chet Holmgren, bro.
Listen, I'll pose the question.
Look,
y'all got to put this. Listen, we're talking about the Pistons, and listen, we drafted Darko Milicic for crying out loud. Put Chet in there.
Troy Weaver.
If Chet was in the lineup, what would this lineup be? Answer my question.
It's Troy Weaver, bro.
Damn it.
It's Troy Weaver.
It still will go the same way that I think, even if they were to draft Chet, right? He'll go to the 5. You'll have Isaiah Stewart at the 4. Grant to the 3 and Sadiq at the 2 and Cade at the 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, so that's why I said it, because the whole thing about the Pistons is it's about getting bigger. We don't need any more guards. We don't need no guards.
But see, this
We
is
need
my
a power
thing.
forward or a big man.
Yeah, like I said,
and watch out for that big man at Purdue too, man.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like I said, just off the pattern of Troy Weaver. Troy Weaver, like I said, what at that point with Jeremy Grant, what would be your true legit reason to keep this guy around when he's probably at the peak of his tradable point? What's the reason to keep this guy around with these kids? We're not really doing nothing serious. You might as well send this guy somewhere where he can win. Why not take that opportunity and get some draft compensation for him? Why not?
Well, I would say this, that gives the impression that we're not trying to win right away. I mean, Grant was brought in to be a centerpiece around this rebuild. He's part of this rebuild process too. Grant is not that old, you know.
So you got to resign him. So at UGM,
I would resign. I would resign Grant because he's going to be that veteran presence that we need out of the young guys. We still gonna need that veteran presence. Now, him being that number 1 guy, no. I need him to be number 2, possibly number 3. But that's a great number 3 to have. You know,
yeah, it is.
And to trade that away to get something, I'm not feeling that we would get picked. But then it's like we don't know what we're getting. We know what we got with Grant right now. And if we're going to be built, I would say keep Grant.
Well,
and like
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you have to be invested in him, otherwise you're not going to let him walk for nothing. No. So either if you're not invested fully in him, then you have to take that opportunity and move on from him. It's going to be either one or the other. And that's where I'm not sure with Troy Weaver. Now, Jeremy Grant himself said that he wants to stay a Piston. He said that recently this year. Mm-hmm. So will Troy Weaver say, you know what, I'm 100% vested in Jeremy. We're going to go ahead and re-up with his contract. We're going to make him a part of our team going forward. Then,
I think they should.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And what about you, Big A? You think the same?
Yeah. I think they should keep Jeremy because another person we have to look at is the big man over there in Memphis too. He's 6'11". You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's my thing. Like I said with that lineup that I was saying, I wouldn't mind. You know, like you say, Grant being the 2 or the 3rd option. You know what I'm saying? But we have to get bigger, man. Right. We have to get these guys that's playing out of position. Sadiq Bey is not a small forward. Right. Jeremy Grant is not a power forward. And Stewart is not a center. He's a power forward. So.
And listen, check this out. Outside of Grant and Cunningham, those other 3 positions all could be moved to bench. I mean, Bey hasn't solidified his spot in the starting lineup the way he's been playing.
Out of position. He's also out of position.
Even with him being out of position, Stewart, Bey, Killen, all 3 of them guys, to me, if we had to, they could all come off the bench. If we got to put in somebody that can play, who said that them three positions is solidified enough the way we can't move them to the bench? We can have that firepower off the bench coming with the Stewarts, with the Bays, with the kids. I would say all 3 of them move to the bench.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. If we need to bring in some firepower, if we got the opportunity to bring in some firepower, I wouldn't say no, we can't do that because we got some guys solidified in that spot. I don't see nobody outside of Cade Cunningham and Jeremy Grant that solidified a starting spot to where they can't move to the bench. If we got an opportunity to get some firepower, in my opinion.
Well, that means you abandoning what you're doing right now. Then
you're
abandoning it. Because, like I said, it's just like for instance, I was reading a story from this guy named Rod Beer. He worked for the press for the Pistons, and he said the Pistons going to get Ben Simmons would be abandoning what they're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, are we going to do what we usually do as a Pistons franchise and try to hit the fast forward button and fuck everything up like we've been doing for years? Or are we going to give these guys that true legit chance to develop into what they were believed to be when they got drafted?
But that's what I was kind of getting at there, King, is because if we're going to be going into the draft, all those positions that I just spoke of, it's a possibility that in this draft can be an upgrade, possibly. Now, I ain't saying it could be. No. It's a possibility they could be an upgrade. So if everybody's out of position and they're moving these positions around, I said
Sadiq is not. He's already. Sadiq is a starter. He's a starter.
Right.
He's going through shooting walls here and there some game.
But if he's continuing with the
shooters in the league last year,
if he continues with the shooting roles, like I said, if we're trying to build and he's continuing not being consistent, we gotta look at the options. You get what I'm saying?
But we need a big man now.
And it's not like what he's doing, he can't come off the bench either. It's not something that he's not. To me, he's not permanent to where we gotta have him starting. Sadiq Bey doesn't have to start. He can do what he's doing now, coming off the bench, and still be the same production. I'm just saying. He's a starter for right now. But if he continues to struggle, if he continues not to be consistent, and we got somebody that could come in and do something in that starting lineup, and he could come in off the bench, why not? Why not? I'm just saying it's a possibility. But out of the starting lineup, those two, Cade and Jeremy, in my opinion, was like the only two I would see that we don't mess with, in my opinion. But the other three, if they need to, like Story, like you said, he's playing out of position, but he could come off the bench too. He's a great force too. I'm just saying, if it comes down to it, if we got somebody that can come in and be that big man, or we need somebody to come in.
You bringing in Anthony Davis? Or you bringing in your boy Dwight Howard?
I would not touch Anthony Davis with a.
You bringing in Giannis?
But I'm just saying, like, in the draft, if we're building, we're still building. If we got somebody,
it's not in the draft though.
We don't know that yet.
You won't find that upgrade from Sadiq. Like I say, all shooters go through it, bro. So you try to tell me Sadiq not a starter, but CJ McCollum is?
Yeah, CJ McCollum is a starter. He's proven. But I'm just saying, if we're still in these growing stages, if we're still in the building this team up, like I said, nothing. I'm not throwing the team out because I didn't say get rid of them. Y'all say like I'm getting rid of them. I'm just saying we can move them to the bench
his shooting walls ain't even as bad as you making it seem.
I'm just hypothetically speaking, guys. This is hypothetical. I'm not giving up on Sadiq Bey. I'm not saying he's trash. Y'all going into the deep. I'm just saying if we got the opportunity, those three guys. They're not solidified in that starting lineup to me.
Why are they not?
There's room for improvement in the starting lineup at those positions, is what I'm saying.
But then you slow their progress. Like I said, you will be decommitting from what you're doing.
Listen, it's not slowing down the process. I mean, they can still come off the bench and be productive. What's the difference? If they out there doinking in the starting lineup, what's the difference if they go doinking in?
So this your thing, right? So you take two guys who made the all-rookie first team and then throw them on the bench this year.
Because they're struggling.
I didn't say this. I'm just putting it out there. Okay? Y'all are saying like we got the solidified starting lineup right now. And what I'm saying is
we keep saying they all out of position.
And I get that. And if I say if we switch them to different positions and put them in a position, I'm not saying put all three of them on the bench all at the same time. I'm just saying, if we moving around, I would say all three of those guys can come off the bench. I'm not saying all three of them together be on the bench. I'm just saying, if we got to upgrade or we got to move around in different positions and put people in different places, we can do that. Right. We got room for that.
You just said Sadiq Bey ain't no starter. First of all, Sadiq Bey.
I didn't say he wasn't a starter.
You didn't say that, bro. You said he didn't solidify his spot.
Y'all heard what he said, then y'all in the comments.
He hasn't solidified. Who on the Pistons could y'all say has solidified their spot in the starting lineup this year?
Bro, Sadiq Bey does more than shoot 3-pointers.
Who can y'all say on the Pistons right now that y'all would not move, that y'all would say, you already ready to get rid of Jeremy Grant? But
I'm not saying
line up.
You ready to get rid of Jeremy Grant. I'm just saying you have a decision to make at the end of the season. You do.
And that's what I'm saying about Sadiq Bey. That's what I'm saying about Isaiah Stewart. That's what I'm saying about Killian Hayes. It's a decision.
Those are rookie contracts. Those are rookie contracts.
I'm not saying just move them out.
I'm not 22-year-old.
I'm not saying move them.
He's heading north to 30.
I'm not saying get rid of them. I'm saying if we got a chance, if we got to move some guys around, because we haven't been winning. And we got a chance to get some guys in.
You just answered my question. You are one of the people that wants to push the fast forward button faster than what the hell it needs to be.
No.
Yes, you are.
Listen, if we get somebody in the draft that plays the same position, listen, and I'm just listen. If we get somebody in these drafts that's playing the same position as a Killian Hayes, as an Isaiah Stewart, as a Sadiq Bey, and they coming in with that fire, who's to say that we can't just, let's move them guys out and have them in? If we got somebody that's coming in with that fire, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying, y'all, that's all I'm saying. I ain't saying it's going to happen or it could happen. I'm just saying the possibility is there. And those guys, to me, has not solidified to where we say, we can't draft nobody to say, you can come off the bench or they can come or vice versa. They haven't yet. And
I got one for you, Big Willie. Let me go, King. I got one for you, Big Willie. And that's right for you. So Sadiq Bey is averaging 13 points a game out of position, right? Almost 7 rebounds, right? So you trying to tell me that this guy hasn't solidified his spot, right? That's what you're saying, right?
No, he hasn't. No.
Okay.
No.
So do you feel like Tyrese Halliburton solidified his spot?
Tyrese Halliburton be coming in and out of the starting lineup too.
But I ain't asked you that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that.
Tyrese Halliburton start.
Listen, I'm not saying that they cannot start. I'm just saying if we're trying to improve the team, if it benefits, the team, it's not backpedaling. It's just they haven't been solidified. Y'all always saying, listen, they're already locked in. All I'm saying is, no, they're not all the way locked in. If they're going to continue to struggle, we're going to keep development, keep the struggle. If we got somebody that we draft, we got somebody bringing in that can come in and be productive, and we move them to the bench. I'm not saying get rid of them. I'm saying move them around.
Hey, King, let me finish my.
Go ahead. Let me let you finish first. Go ahead.
So this is my thing, though. So Tyrese Halliburton is your guy. That's your guy. He starts over there in Sacramento. You don't, and Sacramento is not winning. You don't question about him starting over there. And Sadiq Bey is playing out of position, and he's averaging more points than Tyrese Halliburton. And Tyrese Halliburton is playing in his position.
But my thing is this, though. I do question that. I question it all. If you got a chance to improve, if we're talking about if we're still in that lottery pick, that number 2 pick, and you got a guy coming out of the league like how Cade Cunningham was coming out, and in one of those 3 positions that I just mentioned, he's at one of those 3 positions. I'm just not saying Sadiq Bey himself. I said those 3 positions is not solidified. Where if we got somebody coming out of the draft, that's a stud. That's that deal. I'm not saying that it's a possibility. Okay, we can move them around. We can move them to the bench. I'm not saying get rid of them. I'm not saying he can be started, but I'm just saying out of those 3 positions, I'm not just saying Sadiq Bey. I said Killian. I said Isaiah Stewart. I said Sadiq Bey. Those 3 positions, whether you move them around or not, to me, it's not a solidified position to where they can't be moved around or they can't come off the bench. That's all I'm saying. I didn't say get rid of them. I didn't say trade them. I didn't say they was trash. I just said that it wasn't a solidified spot.
Okay.
All I'm saying.
All right.
So
I noticed you said keep developing. This year is literally the first year of development. We just drafted these guys last season. This is the first development year, the very first. We haven't even got halfway. Why is that even a thought? Second of all,
it was a hypothetical question. Hypothetical question. That was all it was. That's all it was.
First of all,
First of all, with the Sadiq Bey situation, who are we drafting in the draft that's coming in at small forward, averaging more points than Sadiq Bey, or more rebounds, or playing better defense? When the hell has anybody drafted somebody out of the draft besides LeBron James or Carmelo fucking Anthony that's walking in the door doing that? That doesn't happen. That develops. Literally. So it's like, what is this? I don't get it, bro. This expectation from these guys that they,
because the names look good on paper.
Yeah, like
that's
bro,
what it is.
Like what are we trying to do? You know what I'm saying? It's like, let these dudes, bro, give them the opportunity to I'm not saying that you're saying we should do it tomorrow or the next day. But the thing is, to have that thought even in your mind at this point is like, why? Why at this point? Why are we even thinking about that? At 4:15 in the beginning of the first season of development, we are literally trying to talk about moving guys to the bench to win, to be in a play-in position, or be mediocre, to fuck up draft position, to go out and draft nobody. Because especially, I'm telling you now, unless you got the number 1 pick again, you ain't drafting nobody coming in better than Sadiq Bey in the first place. So,
but King, hold on, King. That was a part of the hypothetical question that I was asking. If we get to that point,
Big Willie, stop. Switch. Hey, Billy.
Where have you been, Billy?
Hi, Billy.
Oh man, listen,
hit him with it. Hit him with it, Big Willie. Hit him with it. Hell no, hit him with it.
Hail to the big Thunder. Hail to the conquering heroes. Hail to Michigan, the leaders in bed. Hail to the victors. Hail to the conquering heroes. Hail to Michigan, the champions of the West. Go Blue.
On 5-5
Creed. What's going on, little brother?
Listen. He just ended a whole segment just that quick. Oh, we was in a heated debate. He just came out. I mean, I'm just here to listen. Well, guess what, Billy? You getting all the smoke because you missed us early today, so we had to switch back just for you, man. Just for you. Yes, indeed. And listen, Billy, I got a couple of them hats you got on your head too, my brother. I got a few of them floating around here myself. Listen, hey, fellas, listen. It's coming to that time, man.
Yeah,
it's coming to that time. We had a good session today, man.
Boy, Billy, you came in at the right. I did not want to get off of this show, and you ain't come in, boy.
And listen, I think Billy did that on purpose. Listen, I know they usually end the show around this time, so if I sneak in,
right?
they won't be on me too bad. But we save a little special for you. But it is coming to that point in time where it's time for us to wrap it up. So we're gonna get our last thoughts in, man. Big A, man, go ahead and give us some little final thoughts, man, before we wrap this
up. Make sure when y'all come in, man, just to hit the like and the share and subscribe button for us. It's like when you come in the house, you wipe your feet, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. We know what you was trying to do. Oh, trust me, we was waiting on you, Billy. Look, King. Look what he said. Look. We was waiting on you. But make sure y'all follow us on all social medias. Make sure y'all get y'all information to King so we can get all the winners, everybody that stuff. If you're still waiting on something, drop a 7 in the comments for us. Yeah. So that way we can make sure that we getting everybody getting their stuff that they want.
DM us too. We on Facebook, we on Twitter, we on all the social media. So y'all can DM us. And also we on YouTube. Leave us a comment. We will respond, of course, emails and everything. So make sure you guys leaving comments, like, subscribe, donate. We also we do accept donations.
Look who the first one.
Also need to know if you guys are driving, if you got vehicles, we can do meetups, man. We can meet in the middle and make it easier for both of us.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Hey, listen. So we done read up on a lot of stuff. So we want to get this stuff. We want to get all the stuff that we still owe people. We want to get this stuff to you guys. So that way we can get right back to doing giveaways. Man, we got some more stuff coming in. And hey, let's hurry up and get to these 500 subscribers, man. I'm telling you, we got some nice stuff coming. But go
And if you
blue. Oh, go ahead, King.
if you haven't gave me your information with your address or something like that, man, like I said, use that email. If you have email access, use We3Kings with a Z, We3Kings with a Z 77 at Gmail, and send that information there, because out of all the winners that we've had, I probably only had about a good 8 people send me some information. So a lot of you guys, I'm still missing information from you guys. If you sent it on a social media outlet, for instance, say Instagram, I don't always get it on Instagram. Instagram has been acting up for me. So you're probably going to have to use that email or use Twitter in order to get in contact with me for those.
You can also do the Facebook too, because I send the information over. As far as the if you DM in the Facebook as well, so get us the information. Also, when you DM us too, just leave a comment, leave a post, things that you want us to talk about. Like I said, we're still open to discussion. We enjoy you guys enjoying being with us today, and also we got Hot Topic Friday still coming again. We had a hot topic that we dropped last week. We're gonna be dropping another one again this week as well. So be looking out for that. More content, of course. Like I said, we still on this all-time high from this past weekend of finally getting over that hurdle and getting to that next level that we all been wanting and waiting and wishing for, and we finally got through it. So I'm excited. I'm happy. Look forward to the championship game coming this week. Also looking to watching these Pistons develop, as well as see how these guys progress. Lions, of course, it is what it is. Whatever. But they're still our team. So hey, it is what it is. But like, subscribe, share, donate. We got PayPal, we got Cash App. Send any little thing, $1, $5, $10, whatever you guys got. Send it to us. It helps for us to build our brand up, get this brand going, and make this thing strong, man. The more guys you guys come in, we enjoy it. And like I said, we 3 Kings, and we thank you guys for being a big part of this thing, because this thing cannot be going the way it's going without you guys coming in and sharing your time with us for real.
Yeah, so with that said, man, I just want to give a shout out to all you guys that came in today in the comment section, man, that tuned in on Twitter and Facebook as well. Like I said, we just got to be patient, with this young Pistons team, and also with the Lions. We know what the situation is. Even though it's bad for us right now, we knew this was a rebuild situation going in. So let's just give Brad Holmes the opportunity to acquire some talent, and then we can go from there. As far as Michigan football, like I said, we just got to move forward, take care of business. You know what I'm saying? Go beat the hell out of Iowa. Like I said, we'll see how this playoff picture ends up looking. And like I said, Michigan, man, they got a chance. They has a chance to punch anybody in the mouth.
Number 2 in the nation right now.
Yeah. They have a chance to punch anybody in the mouth. One thing with this team, the difference with this team this year is they don't get rattled. Like I said, they've been consistent. We don't turn that ball over. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, they got a lot of good things going with themselves for this team, and that helps you in the playoffs most definitely. So with that said, I just want to, give a shout out to my brothers, man. Enjoy doing this show with you guys. And, let's just get ready for another great week of sports, man.
Hey, King, hey, y'all already know King about to get the pregame going for the Pistons. So we're going to all head over there. Hold on.
And you know what? There is a God. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Is this still snowing outside?
The hell didn't freeze over, but hey, listen. Indeed, sir. Yes, indeed. We appreciate that. Also, once again, give a shout out to our sponsor, Culture Detroit. Once again, they are official sponsor of We Three Kings. Once again, we'll say, listen, thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for joining us once again on this podcast. We had fun once again, and we will see you guys next time. Hey, listen, this is going to be a fun week, man, for real, fun week. We appreciate you guys. Love you guys.
Hey, what do y'all think about getting a pair of these for the rap? You know?
Them mud's gonna come up missing because they ain't getting past my house. You better send them yourself.
Hey, listen, that might be a good thing, man. Like I said, we got an exclusive shoe plug, so somebody might win a exclusive shoe size and can get one of them hot commodities you just floating past the screen. You feel me?
Yeah.
You feel me? So most definitely be looking forward to that. But then let you guys get back to your families, man. Take care of yourselves. In this COVID environment, be safe, be healthy.
Hey, everybody go over to King's page. I know he about to get the Piston pregame going on.
Yeah, indeed. So go on over there, enjoy yourselves. Have a good night, guys. We Three Kings out, fellas.
Peace.